We all know that all too familiar nagging voice or mean girl that creeps in to our minds when we think about pushing ourselves or doing something a little bit different or outside our comfort zone. This inner voice or mean girl is a well integrated negative pattern of thoughts that we hold that basically lead directly to self-sabotaging behaviors. For example, I'm sure at some point in your life you've decided to go on a health kick. And as soon as you make that decision, you start to get all these negative thoughts that creep up, or these negative self-sabotaging behaviors that start to occur in your life to stop you from moving towards that health kick. So how do we actually move past these negative thought patterns and build some really positive thought patterns that actually support us and our behaviors and our goals that we're working towards? The first point is to actually start becoming aware of these thoughts. So really stop and consider, when are these thoughts really coming up, creeping up in your life the most? When are they the most self-critical or negative or mean? And then once you've worked out what these thoughts are, what these words are, or this mean girl, I want you to change the frame. So instead of "I am so fat and lazy," start changing those words to "you are so fat and lazy." What this does is it actually allows us to recognize how horrible these thoughts are. They're not inward self-reflection. They're sounding, and I know this sounds a little bit crazy, but when we're changing it to "you are too fat and lazy," it's more of an external voice saying that to us, and we recognize how actually really horrible these thoughts are. Now, the next part for this is try and recognize where these thoughts, all these patterns originated from. Was it something that happened when you were growing up? Was it, sisters or siblings or parents saying, "Stop eating that, you're getting chubby"? Was it, a horrible boy at school saying, "You're never going to be able to run, fat girl"? Try and recognize where these come from, because when we can find or pinpoint that earliest development of the voice in our head, we can start to break it down. Now, because we've changed the voice from "I'm so fat to lazy" and lazy to "you are so fat and lazy," we can respond back to that voice. So when you say, for example, when you're wanting to get into a healthy exercise regime each week, and then that little voice creeps up and says, "No, you're never going to be able to do that. Don't worry, you're always destined to be unfit." Change it. "You are always destined to be unfit," and then respond to it. "I'm not destined to be unfit. I can change that. I am working towards that, and I have the ability to completely rewrite my life and my future." So, does that make sense? Work out what the voice is. Change it so it's a outward reflection, or someone actually saying it to you. Instead of saying it to yourself, "I am so fat and lazy," say it or change the way that you're wording it to "you are so fat and lazy." So then you can really see, one, how uncomfortable and horrible that is, but two, you can respond to that voice then. Now that we've recognized that mean girl, that inner voice, and we've started responding to it, we also need to change that self-sabotaging or self-destructive behavior that associates itself with that voice. So when your voice creeps up and says, "You're never going to be fit and active," or "You're always going to hold a little bit of tub," and then our self-destructing behavior is, "Oh, that's true, I'm just going to go and eat ice cream then instead, because what's the point?" We need to focus on this self-destructive behavior and approach it in two different ways. One, don't do the self-destructive behavior. Recognize that is exactly what it is. It's self-destructive, and stop yourself before you go for that ice cream. But secondly, increase the positive behaviors that support this new goal that you're working towards. So if your positive behaviors are you move your body more, or you're choosing a cup of tea and a piece of dark chocolate over that giant bowl of ice cream, well, then continue to do that. Reinforce those positive behaviors, shut down the negative behaviors, and shut down that voice in your head. And it's going to be uncomfortable, and it's going to be difficult, and you might fail a few times when you start out, but the more consistently that you're practicing this, the easier it's going to become. And before long, usually 30 to 60 days, you're going to be getting rid of that mean voice altogether. You're going to be completely changing it, rewiring rewiring your brain and therefore rewiring your behaviors. Because any goals, guys, any actions that we take, anything that we create in our lives starts from our thought pattern first. The way we think results in the way we act, our behaviors, and the way we act results in those outcomes. So if we start at our thoughts and we change those to match our goals and change that to match our actions that we want to take, we are far better off being able to do this consistently and it ending up just being part and parcel of your life, which is where we want to be. And what we always talk about is creating habits, routines, structures in your life that just become you. This is your new identity. This is your new way of working. This is your new way of behaving. It's a new way of thinking.